Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's debate on the topic, banning plastic bags, saving our planet or suffocating convenience? I am Amanda, your moderator for this thought-provoking discussion. We have two distinguished speakers with us today, Jane and Adam, who will present their insightful arguments on the plastic bag ban. Without further ado, let's begin with Jane's opening statement, followed by Adam's perspective.
First and foremost, let's consider the detrimental effects that plastic bags have on our ecosystems. According to the United Nations Environment Program, 8 million metric tons of plastic waste enters our oceans every year. These plastic bags not only choke our marine life, entangling and suffocating them, but they also break down into microplastics, leading to further contamination of our water bodies. Plastic bags also contribute significantly to the issue of global climate change. The manufacturing process of plastic bags involves the extraction of fossil fuels and the release of harmful greenhouse gases. Moreover, when plastic bags end up in landfills, they take hundreds of years to decompose, further contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. By embracing a plastic bag ban, we not only reduce the demand for plastic production but also mitigate our carbon footprint. Another undeniable problem with plastic bags is their impact on public health. Plastic bags are often littered and end up polluting our communities. They not only spoil the aesthetic appeal of our neighborhoods but also serve as breeding grounds for disease-carrying mosquitoes and other pests. This, in turn, increases the risk of mosquito-borne diseases like dengue and Zika. Furthermore, a plastic bag ban can promote the growth of alternative, more sustainable industries. The adoption of reusable bags or paper bags can open up opportunities for the manufacturing sector, creating jobs and stimulating economic growth. In fact, a study conducted by Strandberg Consulting found that the implementation of a ban on plastic bags in California would generate around $1.6 million in economic output and create almost 6,000 new jobs. In conclusion, the evidence is clear. Plastic bags harm our environment, contribute to climate change, pose risks to public health, and hinder the growth of sustainable industries. A ban on plastic bags is not only a necessary step but also an opportunity for us to make a positive change for our planet and future generations. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to argue against the idea of implementing a plastic bag ban. While I acknowledge the concerns that stem from the environmental impact of plastic bags, I firmly believe that a ban is not the most effective solution to the problem. Instead, I advocate for implementing measures to encourage responsible usage and to promote recycling. Firstly, the argument for a plastic bag ban is often rooted in the idea that it will significantly reduce waste and pollution. However, studies have shown that plastic bags make up just a small fraction of overall plastic waste. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, plastic bags account for less than 1% of the total municipal solid waste generated in the United States. This indicates that while reducing plastic bag usage is important, it will not be enough to address the broader issue of plastic pollution. Furthermore, banning plastic bags can have unintended consequences. One of the main alternatives to plastic bags, paper bags, have been shown to have a higher environmental impact in terms of production and transport. They require more water and energy to produce and contribute to deforestation. Additionally, paper bags are bulkier and heavier than plastic bags, meaning they take up more space in landfills and have a larger carbon footprint during transportation. Moreover, the implementation of a plastic bag ban can have negative economic effects. Many businesses rely on the cost-effectiveness and convenience of plastic bags. A study conducted by the National Bureau of Economic Research found that in places where plastic bag bans have been implemented, there was a significant increase in the use of more resource-intensive alternatives such as paper bags. This not only drives up costs for businesses but also ultimately gets passed on to consumers through higher prices. Instead of a blanket ban, we should focus on educational campaigns and incentives to encourage responsible plastic bag usage and recycling. Many countries and municipalities have already implemented successful programs that promote recycling and encourage the use of reusable bags. These initiatives have demonstrated positive outcomes in terms of reducing waste and promoting environmental stewardship. In conclusion, while the concerns regarding plastic bag waste and pollution are valid, a plastic bag ban is not the most effective solution. Instead, we should focus on implementing measures such as recycling programs and educational campaigns to drive responsible usage and promote environmentally friendly alternatives. By doing so, we can address the issue comprehensively without putting unnecessary strain on businesses and consumers. Thank you.
Thanks for the openings, Jane and Adam. Please continue with your rebuttals.
Firstly, although plastic bags may account for a small fraction of overall waste, their impact on the environment is still significant. A study published in the journal Science estimated that 8.3 billion metric tons of plastic have been produced since the 1950s, most of which still exists in some form today. Plastic bags, being non-biodegradable, persist in the environment for hundreds of years, causing harm to wildlife and ecosystems. Regarding the environmental impact of paper bags, it is worth noting that while they may have a higher carbon footprint during production and transport, they are far more recyclable and biodegradable than plastic bags. The same US EPA report I mentioned earlier states that only about 13% of plastic bags are recycled, whereas paper bags have a recycling rate of about 49%. Thus, paper bags offer a more sustainable alternative to plastic. As for the economic impacts, several studies have shown that the costs associated with a plastic bag ban are often overstated. Research conducted by the European Commission found that the cost of producing and managing plastic bags far outweighed any savings they provided to consumers and retailers. Moreover, the economic benefits of jobs created in alternative industries, such as the production of reusable bags, can outweigh any potential losses. In conclusion, a plastic bag ban remains an effective step towards reducing waste, protecting the environment, and promoting sustainable practices. The evidence supports its efficacy, alongside the implementation of recycling programs and educational campaigns. We have a responsibility to enact meaningful change, and a plastic bag ban is an important step towards a greener future. Thank you.
Firstly, while the production and management costs of plastic bags may be high, it is crucial to consider the economic impact on small businesses. A study by economists at Carnegie Mellon University found that plastic bag bans led to a decline in employment at retail establishments. This suggests that the economic consequences are not negligible, particularly for businesses with already slim profit margins. Additionally, it is important to note that recycling rates alone do not determine the overall environmental impact of a product. Plastic bags, when recycled, often have limited reuse potential due to their low quality and difficulty in separating contaminants. This raises questions about the actual effectiveness of recycling programs in mitigating the environmental harm caused by plastic bags. In conclusion, while a plastic bag ban may seem like a straightforward solution, it is crucial to consider the broader economic and environmental implications. By focusing on implementing responsible usage and recycling initiatives, we can achieve a more balanced approach to addressing the issue of plastic bag waste. Thank you.
Let's get into open discussion.
Thank you, Adam, for your response. I understand your concerns about the economic impact of a plastic bag ban. However, studies have shown that the implementation of bag bans has not resulted in significant negative economic consequences. For example, a study published in the Journal of Environmental Economics and Management found that the ban in California did not lead to a decline in employment in the retail sector. In light of this evidence, how would you respond to the notion that plastic bag bans do not have a detrimental effect on businesses? Word count, 96.
Plastic bag bans do indeed have a detrimental effect on businesses. A study conducted by the Mercatus Center at George Mason University found that when plastic bag bans were implemented in various cities across the United States, retailers experienced a significant decline in sales, with some reporting losses of up to 10%. This data indicates that there is a clear negative impact on businesses as a result of these bans. Moreover, a study conducted by the National Center for Policy Analysis found that the cost of alternative bags, such as paper or reusable bags, is considerably higher for businesses than the cost of plastic bags. This increased cost burdens businesses, leading to higher overall expenses and potentially reduced profit margins. In conclusion, the evidence shows that plastic bag bans do indeed have a detrimental effect on businesses, both in terms of sales decline and increased costs. This highlights the importance of considering the economic impact before implementing such bans.
Thank you for your response, Adam. While there are studies suggesting a negative impact on businesses, research from the National Bureau of Economic Research suggests that the implementation of plastic bag bans can actually have a positive effect on sales revenue for retailers. This study found that consumers, on average, increased their spending in affected stores after the ban, and the revenue gains exceeded any potential losses. How would you reconcile this finding with your argument that plastic bag bans have a detrimental effect on businesses? Word count, 98.
While the study you mentioned suggests a positive impact on sales revenue, it is important to consider the broader context. A survey conducted by the Bag Fee Fact Sheet showed that 79% of consumers are more likely to shop at stores that offer reusable bags for purchase rather than instituting a bag fee or ban. This indicates that consumer preferences play a significant role in determining the overall effect on businesses. Additionally, a study conducted by the University of Sydney found that small businesses, particularly those in low-income areas, were disproportionately affected by plastic bag bans due to increased costs and decreased customer satisfaction. These findings suggest that the impact of plastic bag bans on businesses can vary depending on various factors. In summary, while there may be studies indicating positive effects on sales revenue, it is important to consider the overall impact on businesses, including consumer preferences and the specifics of the industry and location. The evidence suggests that plastic bag bans can have differing effects on businesses, highlighting the need for a nuanced approach to address the issue. Jane, I would like to address the environmental impact of plastic bag bans. While it is true that plastic bags are non-biodegradable, a study published in the journal Environmental Science and Technology found that reusable bags, which are often touted as the alternative, need to be used dozens of times before they have a lower environmental impact than plastic bags. How do you reconcile this finding with the argument that banning plastic bags is the best solution for reducing environmental harm?
Thank you for bringing that up, Adam. While it is true that reusable bags need to be used multiple times to have a lower environmental impact, studies show that they are indeed more sustainable in the long run. A study published in the journal Environmental Research Letters found that a reusable bag needs to be used only 10 to 15 times to have a lower environmental impact than a single-use plastic bag. Additionally, the same study highlighted that the average reusable bag is used far more times than this threshold, making it a more environmentally friendly choice overall. Furthermore, it's important to consider the full life cycle of both plastic and reusable bags. Plastic bags require significant amounts of energy and resources to manufacture, contributing to pollution and climate change. On the other hand, reusable bags can be made from recyclable materials and have the potential to be used for years, reducing waste and resource consumption. In conclusion, while reusable bags do require repeated use to offset their initial impact, they are still a more sustainable option compared to single-use plastic bags. By encouraging behavioral changes and responsible usage, we can maximize the environmental benefits of reusable bags. Word count, 213.
Jane, I would like to discuss the impact of plastic bag bans on low-income communities. According to a study published in the Journal of Environmental Economics and Management, these bans can disproportionately affect low-income households as they may struggle to afford or access reusable bags. How do you justify implementing policies that could potentially place a greater burden on those who are already financially disadvantaged?
Thank you for raising the issue of low-income communities, Adam. While it is essential to consider the potential impact on these communities, studies have shown that the implementation of plastic bag bans can be accompanied by measures to address these concerns. For example, in California, where a plastic bag ban was implemented, certain provisions were made to provide free or discounted reusable bags to low-income households. This ensures that the burden of accessing reusable bags is reduced for those who are financially disadvantaged. Additionally, research from Stanford University found that low-income communities are often the most affected by the negative environmental impacts of plastic bags, such as increased litter and pollution. By implementing a plastic bag ban and promoting alternatives like reusable bags, we can work towards creating a cleaner and healthier environment for all members of society, including those in low-income communities. In conclusion, while we acknowledge the potential challenges faced by low-income communities, the implementation of a plastic bag ban can be accompanied by measures to alleviate these concerns and provide access to reusable bags. By addressing both environmental and social aspects, we can strive for a more equitable and sustainable future. Word count, 210.
Great debate. Please wrap up and argue your closings.
Thank you, Adam, for raising this important concern. While it is crucial to consider the impact on low-income communities, it is equally important to recognize that plastic bag bans can be implemented with strategies to address these issues. Many cities and countries have taken steps to provide free or affordable reusable bags to those in need, ensuring equitable access to sustainable alternatives. Implementing a plastic bag ban is not a silver bullet solution, but rather a step in the right direction. It opens up opportunities to promote education and awareness about sustainable practices, including the use of reusable bags. By encouraging responsible usage and providing support to low-income communities, we can mitigate potential burdens and foster an inclusive transition to more sustainable alternatives. In conclusion, plastic bag bans are an important tool in combating plastic pollution and promoting environmental sustainability. By considering the needs of low-income communities and implementing supportive measures, we can create a more equitable and eco-friendly society for present and future generations. As we move forward, it is important for us to work together and prioritize the health of our planet and the well-being of all its inhabitants.
Plastic bag bans, while well-intentioned, often lead to unintended consequences. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Environmental Economics and Policy found that plastic bag bans in California resulted in an increase in sales of garbage bags, which are thicker and contain more plastic than typical shopping bags, thus negating the intended environmental benefits. This suggests that bans may simply shift the problem rather than solve it. Furthermore, a comprehensive review conducted by the Danish Environmental Protection Agency found that reusable bags, touted as the alternative to plastic bags, are often made of materials with high environmental impacts, such as cotton or polyester. These materials require significant amounts of resources and energy in their production, contributing to pollution and climate change. This raises questions about the true long-term sustainability of reusable bag alternatives. Instead of a ban, we should focus our efforts on education, innovation, and recycling. Implementing education campaigns that promote responsible plastic bag usage and recycling can have a significant impact. Additionally, investing in research and development to create more eco-friendly and biodegradable alternatives to plastic bags can provide sustainable solutions without the unintended consequences of a ban. In conclusion, while the goal of reducing plastic pollution is commendable, a blanket ban on plastic bags is not the most effective approach. By focusing on education, innovation, and recycling, we can address the issue in a more comprehensive and sustainable manner. Let us work towards a future where responsible plastic bag usage and environmental stewardship go hand in hand. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Let's have a few questions. Adam, you bring up an important concern regarding the potential impact of plastic bag bans on low-income communities. In light of this, could you propose any alternative solutions or strategies that can address the environmental concerns associated with plastic bags, while also taking into consideration the financial challenges that may arise for low-income households?
Certainly, instead of a blanket ban, one alternative solution could be to implement a plastic bag fee or tax that encourages responsible usage while generating revenue to support low-income communities. This approach maintains consumer choice and allows for more targeted support to address affordability concerns. Additionally, implementing initiatives to promote and facilitate the recycling of plastic bags can help mitigate the environmental impact without placing an undue burden on low-income households.
Jane, thank you for providing insights on the sustainability of reusable bags compared to single-use plastic bags. In terms of encouraging behavioral changes and responsible usage, what specific strategies or initiatives do you believe could effectively promote the widespread adoption and consistent use of reusable bags among consumers, thereby maximizing their environmental benefits?
Thank you for the question, moderator. To effectively promote the adoption and consistent use of reusable bags, a combination of education, awareness campaigns, and incentives can be implemented. This can include providing educational materials on the environmental impact of plastic bags, collaborating with retailers to offer discounts or rewards for reusable bag usage, and engaging communities through outreach programs to encourage and normalize the behavior of bringing reusable bags while shopping. These strategies can help to instill habits and make reusable bags a social norm, maximizing their environmental benefits.
Jane, thank you for presenting your rebuttal and emphasizing the importance of a plastic bag ban. You mentioned that a ban would be an effective step towards reducing waste and promoting sustainability. Could you elaborate on any successful examples of countries or municipalities that have implemented a plastic bag ban and have seen significant positive outcomes in terms of waste reduction and environmental impact?
Thank you for your question, moderator. One successful example of a plastic bag ban is Rwanda, which implemented a ban in 2008 and saw an impressive reduction in plastic bag usage and litter. The ban led to a cleaner environment, improved drainage systems, and a shift towards the use of reusable bags. Another example is San Francisco, which implemented a ban in 2007 and reported a reduction of over 70% in plastic bag litter within a year. These successful cases demonstrate the positive impact of plastic bag bans on waste reduction and environmental cleanliness.
Looking back at the arguments presented by Adam and Jane in this debate on the plastic bag ban, it is evident that both speakers have put forth compelling points to support their respective positions. Adam emphasized the need for solutions other than a ban, such as recycling programs and promoting responsible usage, while Jane advocated for the effectiveness of a ban in tackling plastic pollution and highlighted the sustainability benefits of reusable bags. Throughout the discussion, both speakers provided evidence, research, and counterpoints that added depth to the conversation. They acknowledged the potential impact on businesses, environmental concerns, economic considerations, the importance of consumer behavior, and the specific challenges faced by low-income communities. Considering the strengths of both arguments and the balanced nature of this debate, it is clear that Adam and Jane have presented well-articulated positions, leaving us with a tie in this debate. In closing, the debate on banning plastic bags remains complex, encompassing ecological, economic, and social aspects. It is imperative for us to continue exploring innovative solutions that address plastic pollution while minimizing unintended consequences. This includes implementing recycling programs, educational campaigns, and support systems to ensure accessibility and affordability. Combining individual responsibility with collective action, we can strive for a sustainable future that is both environmentally conscious and considerate of societal needs.